G'day YouTube, how the heck are we doing? It is Foul Play here, and welcome back for the fourth match of this Pauper leg. We lost the die roll versus Mitaka, and this 7 looks decent enough, we'll keep. Okay, it's a burn deck. Implement of Combustion. Oh wow, we find Lotus Petal, that's an interesting one. So I think we go ahead and definitely utilize this one immediately. So we utilize it for green, Utopia Sprawl on our land. Go for white on this one and throw down our Bogle. Throw down our Cartouche, and that's a pretty damn good turn 1. We could get a little bit stuck on these green cards in hand. Hopefully we find a basic forest or a white aura. And I mean, then we have pretty damn good tempo here. Opponent Synthesizer into Epicure, plays the mountain into Epicure. 1 damage to us, blood token. 3 left in their hand, so I mean, this is a really good spot to be in. I don't think our opponent's doing anything too strong here. Find Ash Barrens. That's actually okay. So what we can do here is we can basic land cycle. I was like way more upset about that, but Utopia Sprawl's got our back here. And one of these, and a nice attack. Don't mind if I do. Alright, no blocks from our opponent. Alright, so Rebirth sacking the Experimental Synthesizer, finding Chain Lightning. And the Goblins come down, Mountain from hand, 2 cards in hand. I'd be happy if we blank the Swift Spear. Looks like we do blank Swift Spear. That's good news for us. And Galvanic Blast to face for 3 artifacts. Oh wow, that's just not quite enough, opponent. Alright, this seems like an okay block to me. It doesn't make a huge difference either way, but we'll just take this creature off the board. Interestingly enough for our opponent, if they'd have done this differently, they could potentially... Oops, what am I doing? I know how to tap my mana. Don't mind me, everybody. They could have prevented 1 damage to themselves, right? Alright, so we're just chaining Abundant Growth into Ethereal. Not Ethereal Armor. Alright, well, that's going to give us lethal next turn. Life total is starting to get a little bit low. Maybe there's an argument for... Okay, no, I shouldn't have attacked there. That attack was a mistake. This gives our opponent a chance to kill us with 3 extra damage on the board, or a Bushwhacker to make it 6. So yeah, my mistake. Apologies. I should have done math, because Ancestral Mask with 6 enchantments is 12 damage, and they're not going to block that much. Alright, so opponent does think for a little while. They Rebirth, getting rid of a blood token. Oh wow, Bushwhacker trigger. Okay, well that's us dead, right? Because that's 12, 14 damage. So regardless of us attacking or not, we would have been dead for Xaxes. We shouldn't have made the misplay and done it the way we did it though. But either way, we were losing. Alright, reminder guys, if you find the video entertaining or informative, please consider subscribing to help support the channel. Alright, so basically all we have to worry about is in the festivities here, and other than that, they just throw creatures and burn spells at our face. So the way I sideboard for this one is I bring in my Crimson Acolytes, I take out my Silhana Ledgewalkers, and I used to have 3 Acolytes and take out a Mask. I'll bring in 1 Ram through because dealing with a Swift Spear could be important, or it could just give us that extra attack in the end to get us the win. All right, no creature, mulligan, and this hand looks really good. We'll keep. I guess we bottom Lotus Petal here. There is a world where in the festivities blows us out with our creature. Usually if we resolve 1 Armadillo Cloak, that's good enough to win. I think the upside of Utopia hitting Aura is better than attacking with a creature for 1 damage and getting blown out and things like that. think this is the better line. We could also draw Crimson Acolyte, but that's unlikely. Drawing 2, quite a few effects. That is not one of them. So we don't overload 2 creatures onto the board into End the Festivities, just the single creature. Actually, it might have been correct to, because my opponent probably knows something's up here. It might have been correct to hold this forest in hand, play the Bogle off of green mana, and pretend that we got land screwed and missed on white aura. So opponent attacks, no blocks from us. The only downside to that is if they do wipe the board and we draw a land this turn, we are not able to go creature plus cloak. So one tries to make your opponent make a misplay, and the other one plays correctly, assuming that they don't. Alright, Chain Lightning to our face. Can't prevent that one. Down to 15. And opponent passes to us. Alright, well, we're just going to go ahead and completely ignore that Chain Lightning. You just cast opponent. Gain that life right back. Okie dokie. And opponent sacks the blood token to draw a card. I'm guessing they're going to try and kill Drew's Rebirth here. Leave up enough chump blockers to kill our creature. Lightning Bolt face. Alright, they're just going to try and race us. Interesting. Attacks. Sure. Alright, well that's not too bad, but Armadillo Cloak is more damage and life gain by extension. So attack for 5. Go back up to 17. Trigger. Double trigger. So going to 22, not 17. Alright, and there is Synthesizer from the opponent. Trigger on Swiftspear. Finds a mountain. 3 in hand still. Plays the Bushwhacker. Alright, triggers. I think usually Bushwhacker's played as a one-of in these lists. Wow, that is just an obscene amount of damage. Thank you, top deck. Hello, Mask. The fact our opponent got Bushwhacker 2 games in a row means either they're playing more than one copy or they're just high-rolling the Bushwhacker when they need it. Of course, the deck does draw a lot of cards. I'm not going to argue against that. So, post-board here, there's possibly an argument for like an extra ram through or something as a way to deal with our opponent's creatures. I think I don't mind that. Let's -1 more mask. So we're more likely to be defensive this game, right? Wow, this is a perfect hand. We'll keep. Absolutely beautiful. Epicure, sure thing. So if we draw a second creature, I'll run out the Bogle. If we don't, okay, we drew a second creature, that's fine. So End the Festivities doesn't really hurt us here that much. Alright, opponent attacks, same as last game. Take, force them to play the Festivities. And it's Flame Breather, so we are very, very good. Wow, hello. Alright, so this one, trigger, draw. Does that affect anything? Not really. I mean, it gives us guaranteed cloak next turn. That's kind of nice. We don't have any attacks. Alright, Reckless Impulse. Sure thing. Find Synth and Rebirth. Alright, so they've spent the whole turn as a setup turn, I believe. Do they really miss land drop off this? That would be pretty unfortunate for our opponent. Wow, that's a pretty big low roll from them. Apologies to our opponent for their misfortune. Alright, so we'll Lotus Petal. Topia Sprawl. Armadillo Cloak. And that's a nice attack for 4 damage. Gaining that life. And next turn we get to start doubling down and even gaining extra life with the ram through as well. So very, very nice position to be in. Alright, opponent plays the Synthesizer, triggers the Flame Breather, damage to us, down to 20. Alright, so Galvanic Blast face, trigger Flame Breather. Go to 15, opponent attacks. Sure, we'll trade off. That's fine. 5 cards in our opponent's hand. They miss on land again. Holy smokes, our opponent is very, very unfortunate. Alright, so double down on Cloak. Casual 12 life gain. I guess Bogles second main, because there's no reason not to. Reminder as well, this ram through will deal trample damage to our opponent if we were to cast it. So we've got trample, so any excess damage over the toughness goes to our opponent's face. So very, very winnable position there and very well executed match. Well, thank you all for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Until next time, have a great day. I will see you then.